Lesson one that I got schooled in this week is you do not have to take immediate action. So, scenario was basically working through a tough negotiation, and definitely some trigger points got hit, and really wanted to react to those trigger points. They were highly emotional, they were lines in the sand, they were things that we felt were incredibly important to the integrity of our deal. But what we did not do is we did not take that immediate action. We did not react, if you will, to the situation at hand. We let things sit overnight, and in fact for 2 days we let it sit. And when we reconvened with the party on the other part of this negotiation, surprisingly enough, the things that we thought were issues and the things that were real hot buttons for us weren't even really at play anymore. So it's interesting, but nevertheless, the lesson for us is you don't need to react and take an immediate action. One of the toughest things to deal with on a weekly basis for entrepreneurs and managers is dealing with employee matters. This week, I had an employee issue that I had to deal with, and in doing so, was faced with some harsh criticism of some of my actions and position as it relates to this particular matter. But as we worked through all the issues and the matters at hand, which we successfully did, I reflected upon the entire set of conversations and circumstances. And what I realized that the criticism, valid or not, wasn't the issue. The end result of getting to a spot where we could have a working relationship and be able to address candidly the matters that weren't being dealt with was the issue. So the lesson is that when you get into these situations, whether it's a negotiation or whether it's an employee situation, remember the criticism that's happening at that moment is not the issue. Crazy busy week this week. And I don't know why that surprises me every week, because every week is the same. Maybe this week was a little bit different because it seemed that everything that was crazy busy seemed to be positive. And I felt more overwhelmed this week than I had probably any other week. Maybe I'm not used to dealing with a whole bunch of good news at once. But what has gotten me through it in this last week is having a process. You know, we often hear that in basic training, they tell you not to think, they tell you just like to be able to act and do the next thing. And having a process allows you to have a base of being able to just do the next thing and get through to the next moment in time, which progresses your whole agenda. With us, we've got the RIP kit, and there's a specific set of things that we do on a quarterly and a weekly and a daily basis. And without having that foundation of just getting the next thing done in our process this week, I really don't know how, even dealing with all the good news that happened for us this week, I would have been able to get through the week. And so what I really want to encourage everybody is to have a process to get through the overwhelm, have a process to get through just the volume of things that need to get done when everything's going right or when everything's not going right.